Welcome, modern day mystics, fellow truth seekers, James and Justin, back again, and it has been a while since we've taken a look at a Hindu Saga video, and maybe that's because they haven't even posted a video, I think, in like 3 months, but I was like, I want to react to another Hindu Saga video, so I went onto their channel and I looked up their most popular video, and of course it says right on the thumbnail, like, the biggest scandal in Hinduism, or biggest sex scandal or something like that in Hinduism. So I was like, sure, I'll take a look. We can take a look.
Who says religion can't be scandalous?
That's right. But anyway, guys, won't keep you waiting. Let's get into it.
Indra is the leader of the Devas and the king of the Swargaloka or the heaven. He is the god of rain and thunderstorms, but at the same time renowned for his mischievous ways. As per Balakanda and Padma Purana, an unspeakable sex scandal made the cursed Indra to carry his shame in the form of 1,000 vulva on his body. Brahma, the lord of creation, had created some beautiful women, among whom Ahalya was the best, possessing the highest virtues. Brahma wondered who could be the most appropriate person to look after this girl, and thought of Sage Gautama, who had the best virtues, sanity, profound intelligence, and the knowledge of all the Vedas. At the time of handing over Ahalya, Brahma told Rishi Gautama to bring her back when she turned young. Rishi Gautama looked after Ahalya, and when she turned into a beautiful young lady, he took her back to Brahma. On seeing the greatness of Maharshi Gautama, Brahma was surprised and thought that he should get Ahalya married to the sage. However, the divine beauty of Ahalya had attracted the attention of all the Devas and Asuras by then. Moreover, she was blessed that she would always have the body and the beauty of a 16-year-old. Brahma announced that he would marry Ahalya to the person who would go around the earth and come back first. During this journey, Maharshi Gautama saw a calf, also called Kamadhenu, being born. Looking at that sight, the overwhelmed sage, by the prominence of the creator and out of respect, did a parikrama or a circumambulation of the cow and a shivling. At this sight, Brahma told Rishi Gautama that a cow which had given birth was equal to Mother Earth, and to revolve around it was equal to going around the earth. Brahma, impressed by the patience, knowledge, and penance of Rishi Gautama, told that he deserved to get married to Ahalya. After the marriage of Rishi Gautama and Ahalya, other Devtas and Rishis returned. Brahma gave the couple Brahmagiri, considered as the most pious place that fulfilled wishes. Even after Lord Brahma had married Ahalya to the sage, Indra, the king of gods, kept stalking her. Indra kept an eye on the habits of the sage and noticed that Rishi Gautam left his ashram at the dawn every day. He would be away for a couple of hours to the river for his bath and prayers. Unable to bear the pangs of love anymore, Indra decided to attain the woman of his heart by deceit. Indra convinced the moon to take the form of a rooster and wake up Gautam Rishi before dawn. Next day, on hearing the rooster crowing, the sage went for his holy bath. Indra descended to the earth, disguised as Gautam Rishi, and entered his hut. He demanded of Ahalya to make love to him. Ahalya, being the wife of a powerful yogi, had spiritual powers and was able to see who stood in front of her was not her yogi husband but the king of gods, Indra himself. However, it flattered her that the great Deva was so attracted to her that he ran the risk of being condemned by the world and yet came to her asking for her love. She smiled at him, too pleased to refuse him or his inappropriate request. Indra, taking advantage, further seduced her. She gave in and the two made love. After the act, Ahalya regained her senses and she asked Indra to leave immediately. With his lust fulfilled, Indra, now scared of the sage's wrath, hurried to make his exit, but the sage arrived just then. All it took was a look for the sage to realize all that had happened. As expected, the sage was infuriated and was quick to curse his wife and Indra. The sage condemned his wife and cursed her to lose the form she was so proud of, surviving such that she became invisible to the world, meriting no more importance than an ordinary rock for ages to come. He then turned to Indra, who had still not given up hopes of escaping and was steadily walking away. But the sage held him by and cursed him. Let your body, the strength of which is the cause of your sin, be covered with which you seek, and furthermore, may you lose what is needed to unite with it. After cursing them, Gautama abandoned the ashram and went to Himalayas. Ahalya was reduced to a stone, and Indra was reduced to an eunuch bearing 1,000 vaginas on his body. Indra's predicament became a joke in all the worlds at first, but later proved a noticeable tragedy. He stayed in darkness and seclusion and never appeared before men or women. This caused much concern to all the gods, as his duties remained suspended. All the gods went as one to seek Brahma's help. Brahma prescribed severe penance to Indra, undergoing which he earned the grace of Shiva. The vaginas all over his body were transformed into eyes. He came to be regarded from then as the thousand-eyed god. Ahalya, meanwhile, spent years in repent, surviving on nothing but air. As cursed, she became invisible to the world, forsaking her famed beauty and waiting patiently for Lord Vishnu to come to her ashram someday. Years later, when Lord Rama, Lakshmana and Vishwamitra visited the hermitage, Ahalya regained her form after she had been redeemed by the grace of Lord Rama's feet. She joined her husband in the Himalayas, and her penance is quoted as an example till date.
Don't mess around.
Yeah, that's kind of like in a nutshell, like play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. I thought that one artwork of the god, the female god that got cursed with the red eyes looking like this. I thought that was like just so cool looking. I was like, you could get mesmerized in that painting.
Yeah. A few things. I feel like the guy who was like supposed to be the holy man who came back, he was very harsh with them. You know, because sometimes when you think of like holy people, like I think sometimes of like, you know, Jesus, like he who was without sin cast the first stone. You know, I'm surprised he didn't take a more like merciful or forgiveness route. Instead, it was kind of filled with cursings.
Well, I mean, it's hard to know what's real and what's utter caca, you know, because like as much as I like to point out how many times Jesus was pointing to love for each other, didn't Jesus like curse a tree or something like that? He went to grab
like
fruit.
a fig tree or something.
Yeah, he went to get a fig and it wasn't producing fruit and he like cursed it. I was like, that's odd, you know, but there could be wisdom. There could be like a reason for that. I don't understand in terms of like, there's rules, you know what I mean? If everybody's just doing whatever they want, there's got to be repercussions to keep this thing afloat, right?
Yeah.
But all of that being said, I am going to, you know, do something, say the unsettling thing. I have to, which is, you know, like I always say, drop all religion. They're all wrong. Like I always say.
It doesn't mean, though, that
don't believe in any of it.
Even if you don't believe in it, though, it doesn't mean you can't still derive something from it, right? That's just one of how many stories are like this that we've heard of, like the, you know, the
I just think we're ready.
The consequences.
I just think as humanity, we're ready to set down religion in a form of belief. I still think it's interesting. We can exhume it and we can appreciate the art and we can kind of be fascinated by it. But to live by any ancient religion that is available to us, I'm of a perspective that we are ready to move past that as humanity.
Yeah. I'm sure
I hope we are.
Well, there are still people I would lay money down that I'm sure there's people still out there that would take this as a literal story.
Well, of course.
So they might be ready for a change in their life. Who knows? But I think we sometimes take for granted, I think, the fact that there are people just coming from different experiences. Like you've gone through like the religious thing. You've done it for a while and then you've kind of moved on and now you're in a different place.
Who, me personally?
Yeah.
Not just me.
No,
like,
there's others, of course, like you.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is there's people that have gone through that. They've kind of come out of it. There's some people that like started off and they skipped religion and now they have to go back and like try it out for a bit. They feel that way.
There's families that live in the Appalachians that are incestuous and have kids with each other and don't have running water or power and are ignorant.
Yeah.
So should it probably be good to stop them from doing that because the effects are sometimes shocking and horrific.
Yeah.
So a little bit of intervention might be nice. And I would suggest for those that are like trying on the fence, like, should I believe in things that I've like don't have any actual account of? I would say you don't have to. You could just drop it. And I think that makes up a massive chunk of all religious belief.
Yeah.
Now it's interesting, like in this story there, everyone's people are getting cursed. You know what I mean? You did this and that, which reflects like, you ever been like around like an angry dad or an angry uncle or an angry boss or something, and it's scary. They're like, a mistake is made and now punishment has to be, so you learn. And so the lesson is learned through trauma. You like traumatize and then you pass that same trauma on to other people. If I was walking with Jesus and he was like, love thy neighbor as yourself. Oh, this fig tree doesn't have any figs on it. Dead. And it was like withered. I don't know. I'd probably run away. I'd be like, that's so impulsive, Lord. What the heck? Why'd you kill that fig tree? You know what I mean? Like, they still reflect to me people and entities that don't understand it's all one thing. I don't have the compassion I'm even pointing towards right now. I don't have it. But I'm saying when it comes to stories that are guiding us, I would prefer they be at least stories that revolve around like a quicker arrival at understanding, compassion, and forgiveness. Not like everybody cursing each other and then like, all right, I believe you're sorry now.
What was the symbology of like the 1,000 vaginas on the guy that like ended up getting turned into eyeballs? I'm like,
I don't know.
Curious what the heck that was about. Like,
I don't know. It's not much of an
trying
improvement.
To, like,
I'd be like,
down after that.
Can I have the vaginas back? I don't know if I would want the eyes.
I don't know. You guys can let us know in the comments. Hopefully,
calm down, everyone. It's just eyeballs now. I can come out of the cave. I'm not covered in vaginas. Like, kill him. What are you? You know what I mean? No, that's not how you should react to somebody covered in vaginas or eyeballs.
That's right. That's the main lesson. Anyway, guys,
because they might have got a magical curse.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're going off the rails. Let's land the plane here.
All right, guys. Hopefully you liked our video here, our reaction. If you did, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, just friend, and everyone till next time.
Stay spiritual.